AM 1380 WLRN Blues, Southern Soul, and more. It is Talk to Me on a Friday with Greg Peters and Ciara Robinson with the best entertainment news in America. She is the TMZ of the radio. What's going on, girl?
There you go. Good afternoon, Gregory Peters. How are you today?
I am doing great on this gloomy Friday. You know, after a couple of sunshiny days, we always get some rain. Do you know that?
Yes, a little rain must fall. But I didn't think it was supposed to rain today. I thought that rain was supposed to be tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I thought so too, but
I canceled my garage sale. I was supposed to be having an extravaganza, but I didn't want to do it anyway.
Well, this is
garage sales go out of work.
Now, let me get this straight. Now, this is Cinco de Mayo weekend, plus the Beale Street Music Festival begins today. Every time the Beale Street Music Festival comes to town,
every time.
Yes. It rains.
It's always rainy. It's always raining, and they're still there. So never, ever, ever plan your wedding or any outside activity during the first weekend in May. So, yes, for those of you that don't live in Memphis, it is Memphis in May. It's an extravaganza that goes on the whole month of May. This is the first weekend, and there will be the Beale Street Music Festival, which is kind of like Coachella without Beyonce or Ciara. And some other
folks. Well, we got Erykah Badu. Do you like Erykah Badu? We got Erykah Badu.
I like her as a host of the BET Awards. I'm not into Neo Soul or any of her music, but I like her as a person. Okay. Yeah, I like Erykah Badu. But yeah, we have more than Erykah Badu. We have a lot of good people, a lot of people that white people like too, but I never heard of them, like Frost or I don't know.
Yeah, you got Incubus and it's some other bands, and I think it's a couple. I think Ludacris comes every year. I think he's on the bill.
Ludacris is going to be there, and usually some local, big names like 36 Mafia or somebody like that'll be there.
They're not going to be there this year. I didn't see. Well, they may. I didn't see them on the bill. But the year that I went was many years ago when I was working for Clear Channel. It was 36 Mafia, George Clinton, Al Green, the Barcades, and I had a chance to bring Snoop Doggy Dogg on stage that year. Man.
All right.
So yeah. Huh? Man, they came on the stage, him and Dash Dillinger and all, his some of the.
Ooh, Dash Dillinger.
Yeah.
Oh, let me write that name down. We're going to talk about him on Monday. So
okay.
You said that.
Oh yeah, Dash
Dillinger.
Dillinger.
And I don't always write the stuff down, so remind me of that.
Yeah, they were smoking these things called Black and Miles, and what Black and Miles do.
Called the Black and Miles. Okay.
Yeah, Black and Miles. What they do, they calm down the smell of weed smoke. Yeah. So.
Oh, I didn't realize that was one of the points. They have such a distinctive smell.
They really do.
I don't know. Yeah, just as a youngster guy who smokes Black and Mild, and yeah, they have a distinctive smell. So all that weed and all that Black and Mild, that would get on my nerves. But to each there. Also with Kentucky Derby. I don't know if it's Kentucky. I guess it's Kentucky Derby in real life. But it's also, we're having a big Kentucky Derby party in Memphis at the Tunica Water Park. That's the one where you probably see my picture where, yes.
Yeah, you went there. Yeah, I do remember that.
I went back. I was best dressed last year. I certainly was. And I could have been best dressed this year. However, quiet is kept. We're not going. The Jarretts are not going to make an appearance there because we just got a lot of other stuff to do. And we're going to be Cinco de Mayoing, all day.
Yeah.
And so they'll be fine without us. And plus, they're so damn cheap. When you win, you get a stash and all this stuff, and you get in free the next year, which would be this year. But it's only me. They only let me in for free, So I'm I think it's not even a +1 for free. But either way, that's a commitment. We were like, we don't feel like spending any money because you have to, you got to get that hat right. I don't want to go half-stepping. And so
that's true. And then, you guys are planning a big wedding in September. So, yeah.
Funny you say that. Yes. So, okay. Now, what did I just announce Wednesday? It's been a whole month. Kia, no sugar. Today, guess what's happening? Cake tasting. Remember I told you I was going to do what I want all weekend. So yes, cake. Now, this is my family. Everybody's doing their thing. Christian is in college and living his life since he turned 20. Carson, she's told she don't want to do nothing with nobody anymore. And Corey's going to actually be here for the whole weekend. Usually he's just here Thursday, Friday. So but everybody wants to be a part of this. So we will all be down there for Frost Bakery. at the cake tasting and deciding, because we have 3 flavors. I think I'm having a 3-tiered cake, 3 different flavors, but all I know so far is strawberry.
Okay.
So that's all we know.
Oh,
and
okay.
I'm deferring that to them. I don't really care about the cake. I picked the design. Corey agreed with it. He can pick the flavor. So if you don't like it, blame him.
And I know you've been to these parties before where they'll have cake, but it's already cut up into pieces, and it'll be like a little bitty piece of cake.
That little cube.
Yeah, little
There's
cube.
gonna be some real cake. And also, Corey made this thing where he just really wants these sweet potato pies. So there are people who are actually vying, who have heard about this and are vying to make Corey a sweet potato pie. So I have to pick up one today of a lady that wants to be our sweet potato pie person.
All
so
right.
We'll see how it tastes, because we're going to have a bunch of mini sweet potato pies. So if you don't like cake, there will be mini sweet potato pie.
I love sweet potato pie, no doubt. So.
I like it all. Sweet potato pie, cake, the food, the drinks. We're going to have such a good time. It's so exciting. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to get a Kroger bag and, raid your table after it's over with. You know what I mean?
While you're playing, bring a bag. Yeah, because they try to get all your food to the homeless when there's still people that probably would want to eat the next day.
Exactly.
We'll give it, and plus, we're leaving the next day, so yes, take all you want.
Okay. I certainly will.
You ain't got to ask twice. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about entertainment.
All right.
I don't even know where to start. Let's start with Camille Cosby. Camille Cosby. Okay, once again, we all know this is a touchy subject with Greg, but this will make you feel a little better. So yesterday was Thursday. Camille released a statement on Facebook, which I find hilarious because everybody releases their statements on Instagram or Twitter, but she's 74, and only us old people are still on Facebook.
That's right.
Okay. That's right, and we're not ashamed of it. That's where you can
have
most
we're
fun.
very proud.
It's on Facebook. Yes, we're very proud of Facebook. So on Facebook, Camille went off. She released this 3-page, I don't want to say tirade. She's so intelligent and well-spoken. It was just, it was a tirade, but an intelligent one. And this is a quote from the lovely Miss Camille Cosby. Unproven accusations evolved into lynch mobs who publicly and privately coerced allegations of Bill's scheduled performances, syndications of The Cosby Show, rescissions of honorary degrees, and a vindictive attempt to close an exhibition of our collection of African-American art in the Smithsonian, and all that occurred before the trial even started. Falsified accounts, and someday the truth will prevail. She said that there is mob justice. This is not real justice. And she has also likened Bill to Emmett Till, saying that this is just another case of a bunch of white chicks accusing an innocent black man of rape and getting away with it. Greg, what say ye?
Well, Camille is very passionate about this. I didn't know she released a statement on Facebook. Hey, it's like this. It's like, hey, we got something on you when you used to hang out with us, back in the day, and we're gonna get you with it now. I mean, we know that you have a great legacy, and we're going to tear that legacy down. I'm not saying that Bill, did not have any affairs or any dealings with these particular ladies, and then Bill did make some wrong choices. But I mean, hey, at this particular point in time, what's been done, and I just hope that they just go easy on him for us to see. He don't need to be locked up in no cell like 201 Poplar. I mean, that's all I say.
You're going to be very shocked, but I agree with some of what Camille Cosby is saying, because she is saying, yes, I know, everybody, sit down and strap up, because I do agree with some of it, because she was saying that there were lynch mobs and allegations that the Cosby Show was taken off the air, that honorary degrees were taken away. Their exhibition is being closed down. All of this before the trial even started. That's really, he was not proven guilty. He was basically proven guilty in the court of public opinion.
Right.
I can see what she's saying. I completely get that. Now, do I believe he was guilty? We all know I do believe. You do believe
that he was guilty?
I do believe he was guilty, but let's be fair. He was not proven guilty of anything at that point. Mm-hmm. So I will be fair about that. And that was a lot to get taken away just on talk of being guilty.
Yeah.
However, when she likened him, when she compared him to Emmett Till, that's where I must draw the line. Emmett Till was a young boy, an innocent young boy by everybody's account. He was innocent. He didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, and then he was accused of this stuff. What was it, whistling at the woman? Or
yeah, I think he said he winked his eye or whistled at the white woman or something like that.
Or something, and, you know, and she lied on him, and she's come forward later. One person said this. She lied of this teenage boy. He's only like 14 years old. And then he was, all this horrible stuff happened.
He was killed brutally, no doubt.
He was brutally killed. He was burned, and he was hung, and he was cut up, and all these crazy things. This is not the case with Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby has had over 50 women come forward in over 50 years of allegations. Okay, whether they're true or not, we don't know. But like you said, Greg, he has admitted out of his own mouth that he did do the deed. Now, whether it was rape or not, that's the question.
Yeah.
So he's not an innocent guy. He admitted to, out of his own mouth. That's how this whole thing started. He has admitted, you know, they unsealed those records and where he admitted to drugging women. So he, out of his own mouth. So don't call him Emmett Till. Emmett Till is in a category all of a sudden. That poor baby didn't do anything to anyone. Bill Cosby's done a lot. But what did he do? Any guilty stuff? Well, you know, I'm not even going to get on that.
Well, you know, the thing is about, you know, white women, and I noticed this, and I never dated a white woman, and I'm not prejudiced or racist or anything like that.
Right,
but I noticed that white women will say, "Oh, he did this. Oh, he did this," because I was helping a white colleague of mine some years ago, DJ a particular party. And then he came back the next week when he was, you know, to pay me, which he really should have paid me that night. But I spared him. I said, "You can pay me next week, but I really want that money tonight."
Yeah, you were wrong.
He was
for
wrong.
Letting him get away with that.
Yeah.
He was wrong and you were wrong. Okay.
He was wrong and I was wrong. But he came. But when he came back to pay me the very next week, he asked me, some white girl said that you had said something about her booty, or were looking at her booty, and I immediately said, "Hey, look, man, look, I've never dated a white woman, and where's my damn money?"
Right, what that got to do with my money?
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's crazy.
So,
and if you did look at her booty, look at it. What's that got to do with him?
And then it wasn't nothing to look at. So I mean, my goodness, I mean, really, I mean, wasn't like my black sister's booty. So anyway, it wasn't even nothing like. That's right.
You know, the new white girls, you know, they got some booty now.
Yeah. They got some back. Yeah. I don't know what they're doing. They must be eating cornbread and black-eyed peas now or something. I don't know, but even at that, I would not want to, because what they do is, and this is what they've been doing a long time. Whenever a black man dates a white woman, her attitude is like, hey, he should be glad to have me because I'm white. But far as I'm concerned, bro, you just like any other woman. So you need to just go on somewhere and sit down.
This man just called her broad. But I know what you're saying. I know.
Helpful too. You better be glad I ain't said bitch. But anyway.
Oh, Lord. But I can say this. You know, my question has been for a long time, where was Camille Cosby in all of this? I assume.
Now you got a great point there. Where were you when your man, was out here like this? And
I don't think she could take it. I don't believe that she believes all that she's saying. Because I don't think she could take it. Either way, she knows he was doing wrong, and it's embarrassing, and it's hard to sit up and listen to all of that stuff in court. She wasn't there the whole time, but here's my thing. I assume she was like he was sleeping in another room and they wouldn't have talking, and that was just, they just stayed married. But this makes it seem like she's trying to stand by him. I don't know. I think she thinks.
Well, I mean, hey, they've been together so long.
That justice did not prevail. I think that she thinks based on she's a very smart woman, based on, legalities, that there's no way that he should be going to jail. She knows he's wrong. But I don't think she thinks that.
Well, a lot of men are wrong, when they cheat.
No, I'm saying I think she knows he's done something.
Yeah, well, don't most women know that that when a man's done something wrong, infidelity in a marriage, do you women know that I mean, you as a woman, I'm asking you right now this question.
Yes, I am.
In a marriage, and you have been married before, even though you're going to be married again, do you know when your husband, your first husband, did you know when he was cheating?
When he did, but I know when he was cheating. That's funny you would think he was cheating because they all did. It was several times, and yet I was caught off guard the first 2 times.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But then,
See?
you know, I might not have. I don't think I always knew. I don't think I did. I think I was surprised. I disagree with the fact that a woman always knows.
Okay.
Yeah, I disagree with that. There's lots of times we're caught off guard by that. So,
but
I don't know. She knows she's been doing wrong.
Right.
She made that statement, hopefully it helps.
And
I think she saw.
And you knew it too, Kia. Come on now. Come on.
What?
When
What?
you know, if there was, you know, when your man was doing wrong, you know what I'm saying, you had some kind of women's intuition because y'all got that kind of thing rocking, you know what I'm saying? It's a gift.
Okay. I think, no, I'll say this. Yeah, you're right. The first time I was completely caught off guard. But then you're right. The second time I think I did have woman's intuition because I remember starting to check. That's when you start going through the phones. That's when you start going through records. That's when you start, you know.
Doing your investigation reporting. Yeah.
Right. Right. Something I'm very good at.
I know.
So, yeah.
How come I just know that you're very good at that? But anyway, go ahead.
Yes, I'm very good at that. But that's okay. So Camille, all right, stand by your man. But I do think that the district attorney in Camille's eyes did a lot wrong, and she is going to go after him. And I think she saw that, which kind of strengthened
I think
in her mind, like he's getting railroaded. So, you know, okay, we will follow more with that later.
Yeah.
Let's talk about, so Ciara is taking Future Senior to court over baby Future. Is she actually named, because Future, I don't think his real name is Future, but I think she named the baby Future Jr.
Oh, really?
Like Future.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think the baby's name is Future.
Future Jr.
Okay, so here's the kicker, though. You know, we all know Ciara's married to Russell, and she has all the money in the world. She seems like she's happy. Everybody thinks it's like he's the greatest guy for her.
Right.
Made in heaven. And I think so, too. It's time to quit messing with Bow Wow and 50 Cent and Future and dummies like that. You got with a good guy. Whether I think he's a little lame just because I met him once in Vegas, and he just, some good guys, like my man is a good guy. He's a good guy, but he's fun and he's cool. Russell seemed like a good guy who's a good guy, but he's not fun. But that's okay, because when you're looking for your husband, he don't need to be fun, off in the street. That's good enough. You know what I'm saying?
I know that's right.
Stable Christian guy who gave her a pretty baby, who's going to stay by her and good values and gets paid.
He's going to play some great football, you know what I'm saying?
Right. He's getting paid and he's being true to you. You can't really beat that. So she's not after money. She's after the fact that she's saying that Future Senior's been an absentee father for juniors. Okay, so here's the court. What is it called, where they tell you what to do. Let me get it straight. Future is supposed to have Future Senior. He gets them twice a month, like every other dad, every other weekend. However, they live in 2 different places. Future lives in L.A. Future lives in Atlanta. I don't know where Ciara lives. Probably wherever Russell plays ball. Where does he play for? Seattle.
Yes, Seattle. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that is hard. That's a lot. That's a cross-country trip to get him there. But he's supposed to get him every other weekend from Wednesday to Sunday, which is only right because you can't take a baby from Seattle to Atlanta just on Saturday.
I know that's right.
Sunday. Okay, so he gets a lot of time. According to Ciara, he does not show 37% of the time. Now, this is going to sound really bad on my part, but Ciara, that's like a third. Most men don't show more than half the time, so
you better believe it.
He's still doing better than most men. Okay, but still, he doesn't. And let's get this straight. Future has 4 babies. Future Senior has 4 babies and 4 baby mamas.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Ciara's just one baby mama, and that's just one baby. So he got a lot of babies he's trying to juggle when he sees and when he doesn't see him to go on tour and do all this other stuff. Not to say that makes it right. Don't get me wrong. He's being a deadbeat dad because you already know how I feel about randomly having these babies and being baby mamas and not being wise and not being all of this stuff. So you should never, ever even got with a guy like that. I think that's just gross. Okay. So like I said, but when he lives in Atlanta, here's the kicker. Her problem also is when he does get the baby, I guess the other 63% of the time, when he actually does get his child, he leaves it with grandma and aunties and his siblings, other people.
Okay, I got you.
He ain't even spending time. Okay, now you can argue this 2 ways. One way is you're supposed to be spending time with your child, but like I told cousin of mine who had the same issue. That's not for you to. That's not none of your business.
Mm-hmm.
He has responsibility. He can drop that baby off or have the baby visit whoever he wants during his time. It's best if he spends some time, but it's not just his time. It is his time and his family's time. So he should be spending more time, but I don't think you can really criticize who's spending the most time. Who's keeping
the baby?
He
Yeah.
has a child, and that's his business if he wants to leave it at grandma's house. But here is the problem. Baby Future Jr. has a peanut allergy like all these other kids nowadays. And I guess it's pretty serious because he has an EpiPen. And the problem is Future does not keep up with the EpiPen. So, that baby could go into anaphylactic shock, throat close up. They said he gives it to the security. Half-time security's not around and doesn't have the EpiPen. Nobody has the EpiPen. The baby's only 3 years old. He ain't keeping up with the EpiPen.
No, he ain't keeping up with that.
That's negligent, and I got a big problem because you're supposed to have a whole bunch of EpiPens. When you got that kind of money, you're supposed to have like one in the car, one in the baby's backpack.
You put have a case of them, okay?
Yeah, you're supposed to have one on you, one in the backpack, one in the car, one in school, one in grandma's house.
He's supposed to keep EpiPens. Am I saying that right? EpiPens?
Yeah, EpiPens.
Okay, he should keep EpiPens like he keeps marijuana, okay?
Thank you. Boom. Greg Peters done said it. Keep EpiPens
like you keep that kush.
Everywhere.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yes. So, she's not asking for money. I don't know what she is asking for. Maybe she's asking for less time. I don't know.
You're a mom, Kia. You're a mom, and of course, you got a son in college, and you have a little girl. You would be concerned with who your little girl's staying with when she's not with you.
Right.
And if your little girl had a health condition where she needed, medical supplies, with her when she go visit her kin folks or people, or either, the baby there. Right. So I think that's what Ciara's issue is there.
That's legitimate. That's
most definitely. Most definitely.
Because you can't make these men come around because they will act like they have scheduling conflicts. See, you can't have a scheduling conflict when you're the mama. You are stuck. You got the baby.
Mama's a 24-hour day, 7-day-a-week job.
Yeah. You got to figure it out. But these daddies get to come and go and have scheduling conflicts, or be busy, or be out of the country, or just miss a flight. Whatever. But this EpiPen situation, there's no excuse, and that would be my biggest problem. Yeah, but I didn't have a problem like that. I had an ex-husband that I trusted. Dearly. I didn't have to worry with anything. He was very, 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 very concerned.
Yeah.
But but over here, you got this man. He's a rapper. He's on drugs. He got a whole bunch of baby mamas. You thought he was going to be the responsible one? Once again, people think before you have babies with these random guys. This is a guy come on, there. You thought he was going to be responsible with EpiPens? Did he present as a responsible person at the time? He don't look responsible to me.
Exactly. I mean, if you're going to have a baby with a man, you need to have a baby with a man that's going to say, hey, if you need to get away for a little while, hey, I got the baby, we'll play or whatever and be a father,
Right, but when they got a bunch of babies by random women and you see how they're doing those babies, they ain't half around, y'all able to go out all the time. That meant being with them babies. She should have known better, but we wish her the best because I think she just basically wants to be a family. I think she's trying to decrease his rights. Which it sounds like he don't take advantage of them no ways, dear. So take your time. You don't even need to be in court for that. He's fine. He doesn't want to be around baby's Future all the time, or he would make a way. He would send the grandma to come get him. But the baby can't fly alone.
And then when a man's got 4 different babies by 4 different mamas, hey, one wants more than the next. It's just going to be a messed up situation. Pretty much like Cardi B and Offset. I mean, come on. So
Yes, and yes, we keep saying that over and over. And last but not least, this is a story that I was going to talk about last week, but we kept getting so involved with so much good stuff that I kept missing it and kept missing. But we're gonna get to it today.
Okay.
Nas and Khalees.
Oh yeah.
We thought it was a good one, boy, until it was over. So Nas and Khalees, they were married for 5 years and they had baby. I want to say that baby's name is King. Now Khalees did an interview, not with me this time, because I love Khalees and she was so.
That's your girl. That's
pretty.
Your girl.
She's so pretty in real life. Khalees did an interview with Hollywood Unlocked in which she told about their marriage was just filled with physical abuse and mental abuse. She said it was tumultuous and toxic. That Nas would drink so much to the point of blacking out, and he would become so violent, and it wouldn't have any memory of it the next day. Would just wake up the next morning, la 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 la. What's wrong with you? Why are you acting funny? You know, why you got a black eye? She said, did he hit her? She said, did he hit me? Yes. Did I hit back? Yes. You know, typical black woman. We're not gonna be taking a lot of hits without trying to do something. You know, that's I think typical woman. Unless you in it so deep where you're so scared. But a lot of times women do fight back. She said she fought back. You know, that starts to feel like your norm after a while, and that's when it gets really scary. But I don't know if you remember, but Khalees filed for divorce, which I don't think you can, but I know she filed for separation. She ended it some kind of way when she was pregnant. And it takes a lot. And when a woman is pregnant and she's trying to get away from you, you know something's going on, but we never knew what happened. Turns out he hit her, knocked the crap out of her.
Oh, wow.
When she was pregnant, she said she was bruised all over. And she said she and Nas were watching. They were sitting on the couch, and that Rihanna thing came up when Rihanna got hit by Chris Brown. Remember the picture of her?
Yeah.
You know when you light skin, all that stuff shows up. And it shows up on Rihanna.
You can't hide it, yeah.
And she said after she watched it on the couch, she just looked at Nas and was like, so do you want to go or do I want to go? Do you want to take this stuff? How do you want to handle it? It was that simple. And she walked. She said so much came to light watching Rihanna. She said this was so real. You know, she said she was just bruised everywhere. She said she was embarrassed. She was humiliated. She was embarrassed that this is the person she turned into. She had never told anyone. That's what victims do a lot. She didn't talk to anyone about it. You know, so Nas has not been able to. This story broke like a little over a week ago. He has not spoken on it. He hasn't said a word. Nobody's able to be reached. He's been, radio silent. But Nas's baby mama came forward and said that, I didn't know Nas had another kid. That when she was pregnant, he hit her so hard she saw stars.
Oh, Lord.
This came out. Khalees said the reason why this is coming out now, she said she never told anybody about this because she don't like people in her business. She always says that. She said, I took the little funky $8,000 child support because I was just going to leave it alone. It wasn't enough because you had millions, but that's okay. I left it alone. But now you're going to drag my name through the mud. I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to tell exactly what happened. And so she is now speaking her truth. And we will be following that. But up until now, Nasir ain't saying nothing. So we will see.
And also, want you to be sure to check on Fabulous because we hadn't heard nothing since he knocked the teeth out of his wife. I'm telling you, so we're going to check on that.
You're right. Let's check on that. I'm going to make notes. Fabulous and Daz Dillinger. We're going to talk about them. Yeah, what's up with him? Quit touching women.
Exactly. Keep your hands off women. Don't.
Yeah. But that Fabulous thing, now that was scary.
That really was.
That seemed a little more scary. That was scary because he was trying to kill her.
Exactly.
Get guns and everything.
Exactly.
So in front of the daddy. Yeah, that was scary stuff. But on a lighter note, that we must end it on. It's still Memphis in May. It's still a great weekend. We're going to have a good weekend.
Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo. I'm going to eat and drink. I'm going to drink a little bit, but I'm going to eat myself.
Yeah, and it's going to be a sweet weekend for you because you can eat some sweets now. Sweet.
Do you have a recommendation, Greg? What's your favorite type of wedding cake? What should I keep in mind? What's your favorite?
My favorite type.
What's your favorite flavor?
I like coconut cake. I'm a coconut lover.
I don't like coconut. Pick again.
You talking about? I like. I like homemade crumble pound cake. I like that, but that's not a wedding cake though. But I like.
Crumble is one flavor. Do you like lemon? Okay, I'm gonna give you some choices. Almond, pineapple, lemon, vanilla. I don't even know the difference. Vanilla and white.
I'm a vanilla lover.
Okay, vanilla. You're a vanilla. Okay.
Yeah.
Vanilla lover, but you don't date white chicks. Got it.
That's right. I love vanilla ice cream. I love vanilla cake, but but I love my brown sugar. With that being said, she's Ciara Robinson on Facebook, and she's also the Ciara Robinson on Instagram. Check out the pictures too. She models, guys. She's an Instagram model. Yes, she does. And you better check out the Playground. Yes, new shows that we do here are on YouTube right now as we speak. Just go to the Playground Kia Robinson at YouTube, and they'll line them up, and you can listen on YouTube, especially for the ones who had to work today. And
and watch. DJ puts graphics to it.
Yeah. DJ puts some great illustrations up and everything. Thank you so much, DJ, for all you do, and thank you so much, Kia.
Thanks, Greg.
All right. Tell you what, it's Friday, man, and I'm ready to get down and jam some music and get things started before we get into the Michael Basin show. So when we come back, we got about 3 or 4 jams in a row back to back with Greg Peters for your Friday afternoon to help you out at the end of the week and get this weekend started on AM 1380 WLRM Blues, Southern Soul, and more. It's Talk to Me with Greg Peters, and I will be right on back, baby. On back, baby. On back, baby. On back, baby.